Now let me take you back for a second or two. Childhood raps take you back for a minute, when times were more simple and you lived with your parents. Before you went to college and you started paying taxes. Remember these shows that you watched as a kid. Childhood raps take you back.
Okay, passengers, so fair warning, tonight we got the semi-truck parked next to a highway back here, so it might be a little noisier than usual, but I know I say that a lot. At the same time, y'all don't ever hear nothing, and if you do, I'm sorry. But, you know, with that said, over to the whiteboard. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. That is from Socrates, and it is suggested by Anthony. So, with that said, if you want your quote on the board, I know I'm not a big channel, but by all means, share a quote with me. I'll throw it right up on the board. Granted, that's a lot to fit up there, but I did it somehow. So, yes, even if it's that long of a quote, I will still try to share it. More than likely, y'all will end up seeing this in another video as well, because, quite frankly, I just don't feel like changing it this week. So, yeah, you'll probably see it in another one, maybe another one after that. I'm not quite sure. So, with that said, Season 2, Episode 22. We are now at the point where Della has finally set her foot down, and she has finally grounded one of the boys for one of their harebrained schemes. And lo and behold, it's Louie. Of course it has to be Louie, because he's always looking for shortcuts just to get, you know, ahead in life. So, yeah, other than that, yes, I know there's a lot of y'all that agree Mrs. Beakley's in the right, but at the same time, it's just me, you know. I wasn't feeling the whole Mrs. Beakley trying to teach, you know, Della how to parent, because, you know, as a parent, it's kind of grating for someone else to be like, no, you need to stop your kids from doing these little things like this, you know. For me, personally, it'd be like, you know, hey, you stay on your side, I'll parent the way I parent, unless it's detrimental to their health. Granted, yeah, you know, this was pretty detrimental to Louie's health, because everyone was in a time, oh, what do they call it? A time, I don't know, time storm. Typhoon, something like that, whatever. But yeah, Mrs. Beakley, she's a good parent as well, but at the same time, she lets Webby get into all sorts of mischief herself. So, it's a cartoon though, you know, why am I complaining so much? So, I don't know. Let's get on to the next episode though. Yet again, I didn't check, see what the title was, so, I don't know. So, yeah, headphones, they are on. Let's see what we can have happen on this episode. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, so we're starting right back where we left off. He's grounded.
Hi, Louie. You're super grounded. So I blocked your phone signal and replaced all
Wow.
your with this lecture on ethics.
Way ahead of you. Thank you, Huey.
Nice try.
Emily, now to your room. You can come out when you learn that no good ever came from cockamamie's schemes.
Cockamamie schemes. Speaking of those. What are you doing, Glumgold? Oh, so you're there with the Beagle Boys.
I'm looking for a family. What? Because family is the greatest scheme of all.
Okay.
Life is like
I have a feeling that we're getting Glumtails now. Okay, so yes, definitely getting Glumtails.
Scrooge ding, Scrooge ding, Scrooge ding, Scrooge ding. What's next? Oh yeah, CG, it's so fancy.
Okay. Glumtails, cool.
Why I keep losing to Scrooge?
You're a moron, your plans are terrible, he's smarter and stronger and craftier and...
Wrong! It's his family. He's got a whole team who work harder and cheaper because they, I don't know, love him. Right now, I need nephews and a Beakley.
Please, Ma.
Hey! The Beagle Boys, there's 3 of them. And Ma Beagle could be Beakley. Okay.
2 days, huh? This ain't about family. This is about your stupid bet with Scrooge, ain't it? The deed to Duckburg.
Which I could share with my family.
Attention, boys! We're getting Duckburg back.
Whoa,
thanks to your
that's a
new
lot of
dog.
nephews.
I actually only need 3.
Never mind.
Yes.
My
But why
family,
not have
your
all of them
Santa
as
went to vacation,
nephews?
Definitely not
Your way out of
Okay,
being grounded, so I will program the DT-87 to babysit you
You're
and to stop
ooh,
you from Hopefully it
DT-87,
doesn't turn evil.
DuckTales
Love you.
1987.
Wow,
Nice.
DT, new screen
Okay,
looks
but
great.
yes,
Listen, I want to know the rules here so that I
Della's
can
going a
follow
little
them.
bit too
What
far
is
with his
considered a
grounding
scene? Is it
stuff. I
the
mean, come
plan, the
on.
plot, and where do you come down on
Wow.
the details? Exactly. We need clarification.
So we team up to take down Scrooge.
And there we go. Now we're getting Beaks in on it.
Yeah, I don't really take down, I build. My rep, check it, my own online currency. Beats coin! It's in the cloud?
Really, y'all?
This is a waste of time.
Y'all are
Let's
stupid.
roll.
What we need
But
is
you know what?
DuckTales
Maybe as a
technological
team, y'all
delivery.
might
Manipulated.
have a
Looks like
brain. I don't know.
kids. Beaks isn't a real threat anyway.
I'm sorry, what? I'm in.
Okay, so we found our gyro.
To the family.
Yep. Now who's our launch pad? Ah!
Here in the dark to think about my actions.
Ah! Don Carnage will be our launch pad.
You could have just hired one.
With that kind of small thinking, we'll never beat Scrooge.
I want a Dewey Duck.
Which one's Dewey?
The blue one. The one who dares.
Come on, y'all.
Spotlight
Blue
on
one.
Don Duck.
Sure, fine, whatever.
Can I also sing as well?
No.
But I can destroy Dewey Duck?
Yes.
Then you're in. Come on.
Now we're ready. Family!
Really?
Doors for McDuck Manor! The moment of reckoning is at hand for...
What about
Who's that under
Doofus?
your
I
thumb?
forgot to get a Webby.
But we need a Webby. We can't take on Scrooge without a freakishly strong wild card.
Ooh, you know who might be fun?
No, absolutely not!
Doofus.
Is Scrooge's greatest enemy.
How dare you! We don't need her! As
Magica
this family,
Dispel.
I say goes.
Family vote? All in favor?
Tremble at my slightest.
And you're doing children's birthday parties.
Here's a snake.
You are better than this, Magica.
Happy birthday.
Oh, come on. Why can't we have Don Carnage singing this? Ah.
And declare war against the day manager and all children with birthdays.
Dispel? What did we say about declaring magical war on children?
Okay. I'll give him that one. That was a good joke on Magica's part.
I could not be more in.
Ethics is concerned with how your actions negatively affect those around you. Look, your plans, your schemes, they only lead to bad things for your family. If you want to be a part of this family, you've got to stop.
This is the one thing I'm good at. Why can't you see?
A demon butler. How quaint. Would you like to take my coat, shawl, or ghost banishing amulet?
Oh, so you do have some sort of power still.
Magic at the spell!
We've come for McDuck and family.
Wow.
So, are the others here?
No, they're all gone. Of course not. I'm sure Flintheart had a perfectly good plan.
Oh.
My scheme was to bring
Is
them
Louis
together
going
like a family,
to
and then our family
join
is
them
killing
as a
his
family?
How is that not a plan? A good scheme is like a family.
I know how you can win the bet, but I want in.
Mr. McDuck, I believe.
I
Congratulations.
don't think he's going to join them, but I kinda
forward to having you on the team.
am worrying
Obviously,
about
I'm upset that I'll be forced to work
that.
with a successful, competent businessman who can make all my business dreams come true.
I knew this day would come. Magica's grand revenge.
Clearly standing in front.
I know, right?
You Dewey Duck!
You hardly Hey, we can't all make declarations of hatred at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, not yet.
Out of my way! McDuck is mine!
I never promised that.
Oh my goodness. Y'all can't do anything right.
No, that's the part that screams.
Lad, are you helping them?
That's right, Scrooge. You didn't win the bet. I did.
Wait, what? Combined, they actually have more money than you. I saved your lives, but...
Huh.
Glomgold wins the bet.
This is definitely an interesting way of doing it.
And your company.
Huh.
Sorted out by your own nephew. Or should I say, my new partner.
Only your name's not really Flintheart Glomgold. It's...
Steve
Baloney.
Flintheart Glomgold is a fake identity. So all your money, all your
Wow.
money, and all your money goes to your new partner, who is... Hold on one sec, just let me check right here. Oh, right. May. Always read
Wow.
fine print, right?
To our child!
Okay, so Louie is technically
You scarred him
the
for
richest
life.
duck in the world right now.
I'll be here to help you see the angles you can't.
Nice.
All you have to do is turn the new company over to Scrooge and everything will go back to normal.
Louis. Louis?
Okay. So that's where we're ending, huh? That is where we're ending it. Is Louie going to turn the company back over to Uncle Scrooge? So, I don't even know where to frickin' start with this episode. There, for a moment, I did kind of think that Louie was actually going to join them and become part of their family, because exactly what Della said to him was, you're going to have to quit scheming if you want to be a part of this family. And on top of that, let me backtrack for a moment. Della, okay, don't get me wrong, I agree that Della was going to figure out how to be a, parent and how to parent in her own way eventually, but she was going a little overboard with the grounding situation, because quite simply, I mean, you can't just ground someone to that extent when he learned it literally from you. You are the one that literally was trying to talk about ethics and this and that, when you literally didn't think about anything and everything. That little comeback that Louie had with you at the end of the last episode, he learned that from you. So you're kind of being a hypocrite on this episode, but that's okay, it is a cartoon, I gotta remember that, blah blah blah. But yeah, I thought Louie was going to join them, because when she said, if you want to be a part of the family, you're going to have to quit scheming. And I thought whenever Glumgold was talking about, scheming, blah, 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 I thought Louie was going to be like, you know what? They would appreciate what I'm doing, and I could be their leader. And he did kind of become their leader for a moment. So, yeah, but, of course, he did the right thing. He ended up you know, saying, hey, you know, that ain't his real name, this and that. You don't even, he signed this, you know, paper as Glumgold, and that ain't even his name. That's a fake identity. And he knew all the angles to it. That way, whenever he shows the paperwork, it's all his. So technically, he is the richest duck in the world at this moment. And I hate to say it, I don't think we're going to get no dramatic type of thing. I think we're going to get more of a Louis just handing it over at the beginning of the next episode, because he's probably going to be like, you know what? I did what I was, you know, I set out to accomplish. I became the richest duck in the world. I'm happy now. And he's going to be content with that and just hand it back over to Scrooge. And I think that's the way they're going to go with it. I like the idea of now Louis is going to be, you know, at a crossroads of whether or not to actually hand everything over. Granted, yeah, you know, if this wasn't a cartoon world, then, you know, Scrooge could just be like, hey, where's the cops? But, yeah, that's not the way things work in this universe. So, yeah, I thought it was going to be something so much more than what it was. I thought we was going to get like an Avenger-style battle. And Mark Beeks, out of everyone, made the most sense. He's like, where's Gyro? I'm supposed to be fighting Gyro. So it's kind of like, although I think Gyro would tear him up, actually. So, yeah, it was a great episode. It was a fun episode. It was everything all rolled into one. And that reference, DT87, DuckTales 1987. So, everything was great about this episode, other than the fact that Della was kind of being a bit of a hypocrite. And I almost said hippogriff. That means I am done. My words are getting messed up. So, yeah, it is that time. Y'all know what to do. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Hit that like button. Tickle to subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.